For centuries, debates have raged about the existence of God. And when people ask, does God exist? My response is, depends on what you mean by God. If you're referring to a supernatural being that regulates reality, there's no reason to believe it. But if you're asking about an absolute, infinite, and perfect origin of all we know, there can be no doubt. Just because we can't imagine a reality doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And just because we can't personify it doesn't mean it doesn't deserve the highest esteem. The proof can be found in the essence of math. As the starting point for all measurement, zero does everything in math that we believe God does in reality, except for meddle and throw temper tantrums, because God is everything in reality that zero is in math, which eliminates visible or human like traits. Though we assume zero doesn't truly exist, our reliance on it as the starting point for all measurement proves that everything measurable must originate from an uncaused source that's devoid of any measurable traits. Our need for zero as this starting point highlights its value. Our ability to ignore or overlook zero hides the fact that every aspect of math is hinged on it. But once discovered, it is impossible to deny its impact, importance, or even its existence. Now, depending on how zero is used, it can have a negative connotation. But once you understand which role I'm using, the starting point as seen on the number line, it is impossible to degrade it or pretend the comparison to God is insulting. Does God exist? Absolutely. The question is, do you want the truth based on logic and math, or do you want the freedom to continue making up whatever it is you want to believe?